Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of The United Front. My name is Raz. Hey, super excited again. Manchester United. I hope you guys saw the score or at least read about it or something. But either way, Man United 3, Sheffield United 0. So well done, boys. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the time being. Let's go ahead and get started on what the papers or what the news are saying about Man United. So starting out with manunited.com. So you may have already heard this. This news actually came out about a couple of days ago. This is with regards to our very own Scott McTominay. So obviously introduced by Jose Mourinho and has, really grown in stature at the club. And he signed a new 5-year deal. So that's awesome. We know that Scott's going to be a very, very good player for Manchester United for many, many years to come. He played a little bit today, came off the bench and looked really strong. He's got that hunger, so very, very excited about that news because we really need a young player like that that's got some grit and that's got some power and wants to move and wants to destroy plays and all of that. So really, really excited about that. Manchester Evening are reporting some really interesting news about Jack Grealish. Obviously, Jack has been in the papers for a while now, basically linking him to Manchester United. Is that going to happen? Is it not going to happen? We've heard some other teams that maybe are interested in his services. According to the Manchester Evening, United are actually at the forefront of that. So we'll see. Look, our players are playing very, very well right now. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to find some room, I think, for any player that comes into Manchester United. And before we go any further, actually, it was mentioned on manunited.com that Solskjaer was actually talking about transfer plans, right? And he specifically said, I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy with the progress that my team is making right now. He did not commit to making any signings. However, he did say that in the event that, I guess, let me rephrase. He said it all depends on where we finish at the end of the season. After the season is done, and depending on where we finish, if we're in the top 4, if we win a couple of trophies, if we don't, that's really what's going to determine what happens. He did mention specifically that if we find a player that can improve our current team, then yes, we will look at that. So I really like that, that message. If you watch other channels, they were not happy to hear that. But you know what? Look, he is the manager. He's doing a really good job right now. And you're seeing exactly what he's building. So, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. And let's wait until, the end of the season. And then we see what happens, right? The Daily Express, lots of accolades out there by Solskjaer regarding David De Gea. If you remember, during the last show, Roy Keane came out swinging and was talking all this nonsense about David De Gea. Well, it's not really nonsense. It is what it is. At the end of the day, that's his opinion, right? Well, Solskjaer came out and basically said, look, I think David De Gea is the best goalie in the world. The reason I think he's the best goalie in the world is because you have seen him at his best. He's been at Man United for, I think he said 7 years or however long, and he's been doing a very, very good job, 7 or 8 years. And he's also one of the best goalies in the world simply because he's only conceded 2 goals in the last 7 games. Well, today, after our victory over Sheffield United, that's 2 goals conceded in 8 games. So I think when you look at the stats, yeah, there's some credence to that, right? Because you also have to look at the defense as well, and our defense has been playing really well. So we have been unbeaten now for 13 games, which is awesome, and we'll continue. We'll continue going on that. Something else that was discussed, I believe this was published in the Sun. Nicky Butt came out and basically had so many great things to say about Mason Greenwood. He's talking about how awesome he is. I mean, fantastic player. Quentin Fortune, for those guys who remember him, South African international, Man United legend, also said the same thing. I mean, he's like, wow, what's wrong with you? You can use both feet and you're like amazing and you're doing very well. Well, guess what? Mason Greenwood started over Daniel James today and did a phenomenal job on the right wing. So that right wing, I don't know. I mean, was a problem before. Not so big of a problem right now. I mean, we had crosses coming in from Wan-Bissaka, who had an amazing move that led to Martial's second goal. Martial was on fire today, by the way. Big ups to Anthony Martial. He had 3 goals today. First time a hat-trick has been scored by a Man United player since 2013, and the last was Robin van Persie. So, look, the team is buzzing, and they're doing a wonderful job. I mean, these boys have, these boys are up for it. So, really, really excited about what's to come, and to talk about some of our, competitors. If you ask me, I'll be very honest with you. I'm a little concerned about Wolves. Yeah, Wolves. I mean, they're finding a way to grind out some results and get the points that they're needing. We're tied with them right now on goal difference. I mean, obviously today they scored 1 goal, against Bournemouth. I mean, it's Bournemouth, but still, they find a way to win. Ahead of us, we've got Chelsea, who are at 51 points. While Chelsea have a goal in hand, they're not really that far ahead of us. And Chelsea face City tomorrow. Who are you going to be rooting for? I know who I'm rooting for. And with that being said, Leicester seem to be in trouble too. I mean, they haven't been doing very well. I believe they tied their last game, maybe it was against Villa, I want to say. And that was like, 1-1 or something like that. So Leicester are only 6 points ahead of us. They've got some tough games coming up. So top 4 all of a sudden is looking like a really, really good reality, realistic opportunity for us. This coming weekend, we've got Norwich, and we're playing them in the FA Cup. And then I believe it's on Monday is our next game, and we're playing Brighton. So that's going to be another great game. I'm super excited about how Man United are performing. Today's performance was another masterclass in the sense of possession, right? We had 68%, right? Again, last time we played Spurs, we had 69% at Spurs. Look, the boys are doing it. They're clicking. Bruno looked good. Rashford missed a couple of golden opportunities. Should have put those away. So technically speaking, that should have been at least 5-0 minimum, right? We also have Wan-Bissaka making the crosses in. Luke Shaw looked comfortable. Nemanja Matic, most underrated player at Man United. I thought he looked really, really good. Very, very difficult to pick a man of the match, but kind of easy if you give it to Martial. But Martial couldn't have done it by himself without Wan-Bissaka doing all of that work. Rashford had 2 assists, by the way. Missed golden opportunities, but was able to contribute to 2 assists. And that 3rd goal, wow, if you haven't seen it, take a look. Again, super excited about what's happening with Man United. I hope you are too. And next show is going to be on Friday. We're going to discuss what's happening again in the news, what's happening with Man United. We're going to talk about the game against our Norwich on Saturday. And then after that, we'll go from there. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm out.